Wait, so this is number 2 from your radical sheet, okay, the extra homework or the extra test review sheet, okay? This question really is the same thing over and over again. All it's trying to do is illustrate to you the fact that any radicals that have the same radicand, okay, if you recall, a radical would be the whole thing, like the whole square root component itself. The x, or the number portion underneath the radical, is what we call the radicand. Okay, and what we can do with those is we can add and subtract them together as long as they all match, much like collecting like terms. Okay, so what we're going to see with this question is I can actually add all this up, right? So I get 2 plus 3 plus 6 root 5s. So that sounds like 2 plus 3 is 5 plus 6 is going to be 11 root 5s for this question. Okay, and that's your answer. 6 root 2 minus 1 root 2. You can put a 1 out front, no problem. Plus 7 root 2 minus 3 root 2. 6 minus 1 is going to be 5. Plus 7 is going to be 12. Minus 3 is going to be 9 root 2s. Now, just be careful. Don't get too confident with these questions. If the radical is, if you can simplify the radical, then you have to. Okay. So just be cognizant of that. I don't think this question actually has any of that, but when you see questions like this, don't get complacent. Okay, and just write down, like, don't forget that if that radical is reducible or that we can simplify it in some capacity, you have to do that in order to finish the question. Okay, so this question is reasonably straightforward. I mean, all we're doing is basically adding and subtracting like terms, basically, right? So we're going to have 8 minus 2 minus 7. Well, 8 minus 7 is going to be 1. Take away 2 more is going to be negative 1 root 10. Okay? For this one here, I can combine the 5 root 3 and the 3 root 3 to be 8 root 3s, but I cannot combine the 2 root 6s, so I'm just going to add the 2 root 6 there. Okay. For the next one, 2 root 2 plus 3 root 10 plus 5 root 2 minus 4 root 10. I suppose here what you could do is rewrite this. I don't know if you need to or not. This is totally up to you. What I will do is rewrite this as if I was collecting like terms. It was x squared plus x's or whatever. I was going to just collect all the like terms and then actually add them together. But what we can do here is, now that these are grouped together, I can get 2 plus 5 is going to be 7 root 2s, and 3 minus 4 is going to be minus 1 root 10, if you will. You don't need to write the 1, but you can just write root 10. Okay, last one. 9 root 11 minus root 11 plus 6 root 14 minus 3 root 14 minus 2 root 11. Again, maybe you find it useful to rewrite this so that everything's all grouped together. 9 root 11 minus maybe 2 root 11 minus 1 root 11. And then you can have the root 14s. So plus 6 root 14 minus 3 root 14. Okay. You get 9 minus 2 minus 1 sounds like 6 root 11s, and plus 6 minus 3 is going to be 3 root 14. Okay, so that should be the answers that you see at the bottom of your sheet. Reasonably straightforward question, aside from just watch the radicals and whether or not they can be reduced further at the end. Nothing in here can be written as a product of a perfectly squared number times something else, and so this is the end for all these questions.